All right, live as strong thunderstorms roll through the area. I'll zoom in on the radar right here. We do have hail being reported. We have gusty winds being reported right now. As you know, this storm system just works through Greater Danbury. This is a direct hit. A lot of people like to say the storms go north, the storms go south. This is coming right through Danbury. I'll try to put the radar in motion here for you so you can see what I'm trying to see the latest warning here. So special weather statement is in effect. Wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. This was briefly a severe thunderstorm warning, still in effect for New Fairfield. New Fairfield and the northern part of Brookfield, Candlewood Lake, got hit the hardest from the storm so far. And that's where wind gusts were up to 60 miles per hour, and there was radar indicated quarter-size hail. So very intense storm. If you can hear behind me, there's lightning flashing. The sky looks green. I can hear sirens in the distance. So this one does mean business here. Again, zooming in, areas being the hardest hit right now, right into downtown Danbury. So downtown Danbury, Germantown, Danbury Hospital, up to Great Plain, and then north into Brookfield Center. Those are the areas that are getting hit. If you slide south, same deal in Ridgefield. Looks like there's a little bit of some hail right near Pine Mountain that's being sampled on radar. So just generally a very, very impressive storm. Anne Marie, thank you. Tiny hail embedded in the rain in Ridgefield. So we are seeing that on radar right now, and that's what's playing out for everybody as they're witnessing it. I do want to zoom out. I'll show you what really concerned me, and I had to get an alert out to some of the local emergency managers with this. But what was really concerning was there was a wind core that went just north. It ended up going just north of where that macroburst tracked in 2018. So it's weakened a little bit now. You can see Roxbury, Bridgewater still getting some wind, some gusty winds on the leading edge of the storm. But sorry, I'm just looking up. It's coming in right now at my house. It's coming in fast. But this was the wind core here, went right over Candlewood Lake. So you track it from the Putatuck Forest, the Putatuck State Forest. A buddy of mine lives on top of the hill there, Bruce Taylor, former fire chief in New Fairfield, waiting for a report from him. And it went right over Candlewood Lake, just to the north of Candlewood Shore. So just to the north of where that macroburst was the worst back in 2018 is where this wind core went. So I wouldn't be surprised to see wind damage here through this swath where those brighter greens and the reds are. A lot in terms of wind, which is good news. Apologize if I cut out a little bit here. Obviously, as the storms roll in, sometimes I do lose connection a little bit. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of severe right now, which is good news. But that was the swath of the most severe weather as it moved in. I got Justin, small hail, Newtown Road. Thank you, Justin. So Newtown Road in Danbury, hail is being reported. The storm is moving in really fast. I see a couple comments. Billy, thank you for the comment there. I don't know if you can hear it all behind me. It looks like I'm underwater right now. This is torrential rain coming down, torrential rainfall rates. You don't want to be stuck on I-84 in this, right? So if you're driving, you're on exit 11 right now and nothing's happening, it's coming, right? So this is a wall of water, got a little bit of wind and a little bit of hail. And it's in and out quick, right? So thank you, Deb, already letting up in the Aunt Hack area, which is right on the western side of Danbury. So it's in and out quick. This is only going to last 10 or 15 minutes. But again, when it comes to weather that's this significant, I like to hop on live and tell you guys what it's going to be, how long it's going to be. I apologize for being a little bit late. Probably did miss the worst part of that storm in the northern part of New Fairfield here as it swung through Candlewood Lake. Ugly Brookfield Four Corners. Thank you, Linda. Porch is full of hail. So hail embedded in the storm. I did get a couple reports of larger size hail too. It wasn't just pea-size hail. And again, it looks like I wish I could show you outside live. That's going to be the next investment. I think we get a live camera. But it looks like I'm literally underwater here in Stony Hill right now. It's raining so hard. And I think I do see hail bouncing. So definitely an intense storm. Yeah, Nick, I'm in Stony Hill, right near the Stony Hill Firehouse off of Stony Hill Road. A low rumble, Kevin. Yeah, a lot of times in these early spring storms, you do get louder than normal thunder, where you get these long rollers, and that's just because of the cold air. See, latest radar frame. The heaviest now is shifting to the east. So downtown Bethel getting into the heaviest action right now, up to Stony Hill where I am, Hollyville Road, and then all the way into Newtown. Newtown, if you're jumping on and you haven't seen anything yet, it's almost into Newtown. It's time to get inside. If you're in Newtown or Botsford or Monroe, Southbury, any of these areas that haven't seen it come in yet, it's going to be here in a matter of seconds. Huge double rainbow in Northville, and I'm out of. Well, thank you for the report. Okay, so we do have a live wind report too. Ridgefield Hills, blue deck furniture all around. So yeah, this is packing a punch. And I agree, Ann. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit. The constant rumble. These spring storms, sometimes you do get the constant rumble. But again, this is where it is right now. We can look at the velocity radar to show you where it could potentially be windy. I don't see a whole lot of dangerous wind here, which is really good news. But absolutely, could we get wind gusts? We can try to sample them here, but could we go wind gusts 30, 40 miles per hour? Absolutely. So that's usually looks like what we're seeing on radar in Bethel right now, about 30, 35 miles per hour for the wind gusts. I don't see anything super severe, which is great news. And again, these the special weather statements that are in effect here, 40 miles, wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. Again, just gusty winds could knock down tree limbs, blow around unsecured objects. It's exactly what's being described. So, National Weather Service is right on top of this one, getting a live saying it's letting up. So, a couple people saying it's letting up by them on the western side of the area. Western New Fairfield, Western Danbury, already seeing it blow through. And I agree, Melissa. The temps are dropping fast. So this is the cold front. This is the colder air that's working in. After this, it should get nice and cool tonight, and it's going to be cool and windy tomorrow, right? So we've been saying that for a while. Tomorrow is going to be a nice and sunny day, but the cool and the wind will probably take away from some of the sunshine. Nothing right now in Sandy Hook yet, Robert. Sandy Hook's right about here. It's coming in any second, so we'll watch. Drew, it's a lot of people putting down grass seed this weekend. A lot of people putting plants out this weekend. This is some pretty heavy rain, so hopefully it doesn't mess it up too much. Some rain is good for grass seed, right? Switch back to normal reflectivity so you can see, and then these cloud to ground strikes are being reported here all over the place, from Woodbury, Southbury, Newtown, and again Sandy Hook is coming in right now. Bethel, Ridgefield, all getting cloud to ground strikes. Holcomb Hill rocking. Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thank you for the report. I think there was supposed to be an event at Holcomb Hill today. Somebody reached out to me about that. Hopefully all went well if it was on. All right. Yeah, it is loud thunder being reported again. And you can see this is pushing east every update here. Now it's into Newtown. It's getting into Sandy Hook, almost into Botsford, Hattertown, Reading, Branchville, Georgetown. It's coming in right now. I do agree, Mark. It does feel cooler. I think it probably drops. I'd have to look. I'll look at the numbers after, but it probably dropped 15 degrees. And so last thing before, I will wrap it up here in a minute because this storm is doing what's expected. So, as long as we hop on and we tell you what to expect, 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts, pea-sized hail, lightning, the skies were green with this. And the reason for that is when you get hail in the sky, in the clouds, it refracts the green light. So green light or green clouds, sign of hail in the storm. And that's why you're seeing the green. Yeah, like I said, Alexa, this is gonna be in and out. So this is a 15 to 20 minute event, and then it's all over. Since we were on live, I've only honestly been live for 10 minutes. I think when I started, it was just starting, and now I can hear it pretty much ending. So 10 or 15 minutes, and that's about it. Thank you, Candace. I appreciate that. Yeah, cool info, right? A lot of people don't know about the green cloud. So I always say when I go to the school visits, right? I explain the green and the hail, and then I say if it's green, it's going to get mean. That was the Dr. Mel saying. If it's green, it's going to get mean. If it's yellow, you better head to the cellar. That one's not a perfect rhyme, but you get the point. Yep. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Yep, never-ending thunder, but it will end eventually. And this is the last storm of the day. So last thing I'll leave you with, right, this should be the last storm. Don't expect anything behind this. I'd said taper off around 7 o'clock, a little bit late, 7:17, but once this moves through, 7:30, 7:45, if you're a little bit east of me, right, once this moves through, you should be okay. We should be on to a nice, sunny, but cool evening. Our day tomorrow. Bruce. Thank you, Bruce. This is Bruce. We were waiting for this report. The worst of the storm went right over the Putatuck Forest. So it sounds like we do have trees down in that area where the radar did sample 50 mile-an-hour wind gusts in that swath in northern New Fairfield. So 50 to 60 miles per hour definitely couldn't be ruled out in that area. And that's what prompted that severe thunderstorm warning. That was a really, really small warning geographically, but it's basically just the northern part of New Fairfield, parts of Sherman and Brookfield, and that was it. Got hail right now along 302 Newtown Bethel line. Thank you, Shell. Thank you for the report. Strong wind in Ridgefield. Thank you. That the worst of the storm still going through parts of Ridgefield right now, southern part of Ridgefield, Branchville, Georgetown. Do appreciate that. We'll switch over one more time to see if we got anything on the velocity radar. I can see a little bit of wind here. Doesn't look severe, but definitely, again, enough to blow around the deck furniture, things like that. Yep. And then Candlewood Lake, all over. Right? All over. All right. I think we froze here first. But that's pretty much all I wanted to say anyway. So again, thank you for tuning into the live videos. Obviously, we were able to, with some of the sponsors, able to invest a little bit heavier in some of this live equipment. So we can come on and we can show you, we can zoom in exactly to where the worst of the conditions are at any given time, which was my dream when I started this, right? Be able to broadcast and give that kind of quality of information. Hey, right now it's coming down right on I-84 exit 10. If you live on I-84 exit 10 between Sandy Hook, Berkshire, Putatuck Park, that's where it's coming down the hardest right now. Right? That was what I kind of intended with this, and I'm really happy that it worked out. This Branchville area here, this is where I grew up in Reading, right on 107, where it's Boston. I've never heard of Boston, Connecticut, but that's apparently where it is. But this is where I grew up, and they're getting into some nasty weather right now. But again, overall, these storms are sub-severe. So I will leave you. This is going to pass. Everyone's going to be okay. If anything crazy happens, if there's a severe thunderstorm warning that pops back up, I will hop back on. But for now, I think we're okay. Just sub-severe storms we're working through. Again, if you're east of this and you haven't experienced it yet along I-84, whether it's Middlebury, Naugatuck, Oxford, Monroe, Trumbull, Weston, it's all coming. It's coming to you shortly. You can see the latest radar scan right there. It's all moving northwest to southeast over time. So we'll put it in motion one more time in case you're just jumping on. But sub-severe storms, but impactful nonetheless. These have a history of producing gusty winds, I would say, small hail, frequent lightning, a slow rumble that I'm still hearing in the background, and torrential rain. So thank you, everybody, and have a great night.